Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I am going to be finishing up these leopard print coasters. And I should have started videoing when I did these, but I totally forgot. So I have to do a rose gold pop socket. So I'll show, you know, how I do these, and then I'll finish them off. And these will be monogrammed and whatnot. So let's get started. So I'm just going to Mod Podge over this. Getting all the edges. And you want to try to make this the Mod Podge as flat as possible, because if it's got any little humps in it, it will show. Because when I did my, let's see, when I did this in the cup, this was the first cup I ever tried to attempt and did the leopard print on it. But I had to put lots. I mean, I can still feel a few bumps because, like I said, it was my first cup. So I didn't realize, I figured it would dry flat. I don't know why, but it didn't. So there's still some, you can feel some little bumps in there, but so. All right. Whoops. Most people wait to do a second coat. And on certain things you need to, but to let it dry till you get the second coat on there. But for video purposes, I'm not going to do that. And that's why. But it'll cover up. Okay. And I may do a second coat after this dries. We'll just have to see what it looks like once so what you want to do with the spots is just make them obviously as random as possible. And I just use a flat brush, a bright. Get it off all of it, and then just put it on the tip. And then just randomly, because you don't want the black too thick. I normally do the black with a angle brush. But I forgot to wash it out last time and it hardened. And I don't want to use any of my expensive brushes to do this. I'm going to have to find one. Hang on a second, because I don't like that. And I went along the sides of these two because when I just did the top, it just didn't look right. So if you see how I went on the sides and then came up a little bit to make it look not so flat. So I'll pour this on and then flatten it. Now I've seen a lot of people, so you'll see a little bit of black in there. They'll take that and take a paintbrush, a smaller paintbrush, and try to get it out of there. But if you just take this outside and blow on it, all that comes right off. And that way you don't risk messing up your lines. And see, that just pretty much got it off too. All right, so I just put some black paint in here. And this is the matte Mod Podge. Okay. Oh yeah. That's way better. That was definitely drying out and it's really thick. And I like mine kind of close together, so when you do this, don't go too much into the gold, so that way you still have your spaces between them. Sprinkle again, get your sides. Press it down. Okay. Now see, there's a pretty big gap there, so I'll come out on the side of the brown on this one. And then inside on that one. Then on the sides of that one, because that one's really close together. And then just kind of dab. That way it's not a perfect line. And sometimes I'll put like just a black dot. Probably need one right there too. Just random. See all the black in there? Pretty much gone. So I'll finish this one off. And then I will fast forward the rest. And another thing I do, excuse me, is if I do, say this side and this side on this one, I would come to this side and do that side and that side. So it's, you know, kind of offset. It's not uniform. So it won't look so uniform. And there you have it. Leopard print coasters. So cute. All right, so I will fast forward this part and show you the next part. so putting the top coat on now on the coasters. I mixed up some a while ago and it wasn't enough, so mixing up some more. And I hope this first layer ain't dried too much. I think that's probably enough. Alright, let's blow it out. Okay, so I'm back. And the other coasters, you know, I made 8 of these and I totally forgot to take a picture of them when I was finished. So I'm going to finish these and show you. So let's see. So on these two, I totally forgot when I transfer these, I would put this on the black and then transfer it together because it's easier that way. And I totally forgot to do that for the video purposes. But that's fine. I mean, either way. So now I'll show you. And of course, now I'm probably going to mess it up being a video. It's about how it works, huh? Whoops. So, I'm going to burnish this really good. And I always weed it upside down because a lot of the times it gets stuck. So this way I can roll this back. Well, these aren't doing it. And then you can just, I don't know if you can see this, but you just kind of clip it down like that and then stick it on there. I normally like to use this end. Oh no. I can't find, oh yes, this one. This way I can do it flat like that and it stays a lot better. And then you just roll it back slowly because if you pull it fast, you'll pull up a little piece and then it'll cause an air bubble and it'll just mess up. Okay, and peel it back slowly. Oop, see, that was not stuck good. This is some cheap gold vinyl that I bought, and I'm gonna have to remember what the name of that was so I never buy it again. Those two did not give me as much trouble as this one's given me. Of course, now that I'm videoing, it wants to give me problems. And I was going to put the stripes, and then have the gold in the middle, but I just don't want to risk messing it up again, so I'm just going to do the circle in the middle. Okay. One more. And let me pull this back up. It's best when you put the transfer tape on your vinyl to kind of do it like this in the middle, bend it, and stick it down that way so you don't cause any air bubbles. Because I've got like 2 air bubbles in there I've got to poke out and... Oh, gosh. No. Getting in a hurry. Varnish it real good. Excuse my nails. I was in the process of painting them. And I messed up, so. And it's 2:15 in the morning, so I am just ready to be done. So I can go to bed. Okay. Come on. Be good to me. And you really don't want to do what I just did, because if one little speck of whatever gets on that vinyl, you're gonna see it under there. So I try my best not to do that. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but excuse me. I think that was sticking up there, so. And you want to make sure all your dust and everything is off there. Oh. All right. Okay. Now, with the name, I'm gonna get a new piece and make it long. Let's see. And you want to I try to trim in a straight line as close to the name as possible, so that way you can try to center it. So I cannot tell you how much vinyl I have wasted. Vinyl ain't cheap either. And then you want to bring this out a little bit on the side so you can grip it. I hope my head's not in the way. And like, see how right here on the A, it's a little bitty line. So I always start with this side because it's easier to pull up if you start with the thicker side versus the thinner side. That's how I weeded it also. Nothing makes me more mad than when I use these. I always try to, when I have to monogram something that's this small, I try to choose a thicker font versus these little filigree ones because it's so hard to weed these little ones, and nothing makes me more mad than when that little piece tears off. Oh, and then you got to recut it, recut it, recut it. Okay. 3 more. All right. So I will put the resin on and show y'all the finished product in the morning. This is Stone Coat's Art Coat that I think I mixed up way too much. Heat it up real good. Alright, and that is pretty much it. I think all the bubbles are gone, but I'm going to immediately cover this so no dust or hairs or anything get in it. And I'll check back in about 15 minutes. Because the last set that I made, I mean, it's flat and you can see, and it doesn't look like there's any air bubbles, but there were 2. I was so mad, so I'll check back in about 15 minutes and hit it with the heat gun again and keep them covered until tomorrow. I'll be back.